First Contact Protocols. The crystalline command center of the Galactic Alliance's frontier station Harmony 7 erupted into chaos as warning signals flashed across every monitor. First Officer Kelfar, a tall Centaurian with silvery skin that reflected the pulsing red emergency lights, stared at the main view screen in disbelief. "Confirm these readings," he ordered, mandibles clicking with tension. The station's sensor officer, a small avian Paraxian named Miri, ran the diagnostics again, her feathers flattening against her skull in distress. "Confirmed. First Officer. Unknown vessel, massive energy signature, approaching from Sector 87. Design specifications match nothing in our database." Kelfar studied the silhouette displayed on the view screen. The vessel was enormous, easily 10 times the size of the Alliance's largest battlecruiser. Its hull was angular and dark, bristling with what appeared to be weapons arrays. Most concerning was the energy signature, controlled but immense, suggesting power reserves beyond anything the Alliance had developed in its 5,000 years of interstellar travel. "Have they responded to hails?" Kelfar asked. "Negative," Miri replied. "We've broadcast on all standard frequencies using the Universal Translation Protocol. No response." Station Commander Vex Lore entered the command center, his 4 eyes narrowing as he took in the situation. The Drakari leader's scaled skin had paled to a light blue, a sign of extreme concern among his species. "Report," he ordered. Kelfar straightened to attention. "Unknown vessel approaching Alliance space, Commander. Size and configuration suggest a warship of unprecedented scale. No response to communications." Vexilor studied the display. "Time to intercept with Harmony 7. At current velocity, 4 hours, Miri answered. "Alert the defense fleet. I want every available ship stationed between that vessel and our civilian worlds," Vexilor ordered. "And contact the Council immediately. This qualifies as a first contact crisis protocol." Within the hour, the holographic chamber aboard Harmony 7 filled with the projected images of the Galactic Alliance Council, representatives from the 12 founding species that formed the core of their interstellar government. "The evidence suggests a clear military threat," declared Councillor Drev, a Vulran whose species had suffered greatly in previous conflicts. "We must mobilize for war." "Premature," countered Councillor Tilana, one of the telepathic Mindari. "We have no proof of hostile intent. First Contact Protocol demands we exhaust diplomatic options." The argument raged as the mysterious vessel continued its steady approach. Outside the debate chamber, Alliance defense ships took position, forming a protective screen around Harmony 7. The station's weapon systems were charged, shields raised to maximum. "We're receiving a transmission." Miri's voice cut through the heated debate. "The unknown vessel is broadcasting." The council chamber fell silent as the main screen flickered to life. The image that appeared stunned everyone present. The being looked remarkably similar to several Alliance species, bipedal, with 2 arms, and a central head featuring forward-facing eyes. Yet it was distinctly different, with smooth skin, the color of pale sand, and dark hair atop its head. "Greetings to the Galactic Alliance." The being spoke in perfect standard, the common language of the Alliance. "I am Captain Ileana Chen of the Earth Defense Force vessel Horizon. We come in peace and with urgency." Whispers rippled through the council chamber. Earth, a planet from the far reaches of the galaxy's 3rd spiral arm. There had been rumors, centuries ago, of an emerging intelligence there, but the region had been deemed too distant for regular observation. Commander Vex Lore stepped forward. "Captain Chen, this is Commander Vex Lore of Harmony 7. Your vessel's approach and configuration have caused considerable concern among our people." The human's expression shifted slightly. Was that understanding? Regret. Alliance members were still learning to read this new species' facial expressions. "We understand your concern, Commander," Captain Chen replied. "The Horizon is indeed a warship, but we have not come to wage war against the Alliance. Rather, We hope to speak with your leadership regarding a matter of galactic importance. You speak our language perfectly, Counselor Lana observed. Yet this is supposedly our first contact. A slight smile appeared on the human's face. Not exactly, Counselor. While this is the Alliance's first contact with humanity, we have been observing your civilization for some time. The revelation sent a shock through the chamber. Counselor Drev rose from his seat, bristling. You've been spying on us. Learning about you, Captain Chen corrected. As you have done with countless emerging species throughout your history. The difference is, we chose to remain hidden until we were ready. Ready for what? Commander Vexlor asked. Ready to meet you as equals, Chen replied. The horizon represents the culmination of 3 centuries of human technological development. We could have revealed ourselves earlier, but we wanted to understand the dynamics of galactic politics before making our presence known. The logic was sound, if unsettling. Several council members exchanged troubled glances. We request permission to dock with Harmony 7, Captain Chen continued. I and a small delegation would like to meet with your council in person. What we have to discuss is too important for remote communication. After heated debate, the council granted permission for a limited human delegation to board the station. Security protocols were heightened to unprecedented levels as a small shuttle departed from the massive human warship. The arrival dock was surrounded by Alliance security forces as the airlock cycled open. Captain Chen stepped through first, followed by 3 other humans. They wore simple blue uniforms with silver insignias, unarmed as promised. In person, the humans were both familiar and alien. They resembled several Alliance species in basic form, yet possessed a unique presence that commanded attention. Captain Chen was shorter than many of the Alliance representatives, but moved with quiet confidence. Thank you for agreeing to meet with us, she said, bowing slightly to Commander Vexlor and the assembled counselors. The delegation was escorted to the council chamber, where the humans presented identification data and submitted to non-invasive biological scans that confirmed they were indeed a previously uncontacted species. Let us address the immediate concern, Captain Chen began once the formalities were complete. Why has Earth sent a warship to Alliance territory? She activated a small device on her wrist, and a holographic display appeared in the center of the chamber. It showed star charts, planetary systems, and complex data streams. For the past 70 years, Earth has been monitoring unusual energy patterns at the edge of the galaxy, Chen explained. Our scientists identified these as signs of a civilization using technology far beyond even the Alliance's capabilities. We've been tracking their movements, trying to understand their intentions. The human manipulated the display, showing the path of these energy signatures, steadily moving inward from the galactic rim toward populated systems. 6 months ago, we intercepted a transmission from this civilization, Chen continued. Our linguists have only partially decoded it, but the message was clear enough. They consider this galaxy their territory and view all current inhabitants as trespassers. Counselor Lana leaned forward, studying the data. If what you're saying is true, why come to us? Why not remain hidden and safe in your region of space? Captain Chen's expression grew serious. Because the trajectory of these entities will take them through Alliance space first, and because we believe that only by combining human and Alliance technologies do we stand a chance against them. Convenient, Counselor Drev said skeptically. You appear in a massive warship with tales of an approaching enemy only you have detected. In response, Captain Chen placed a data crystal on the council table. Everything we've gathered is here. Your scientists can verify our findings, but time is short. Our projections indicate first contact with these entities within 3 standard months. Commander Vexlor picked up the crystal, studying it carefully. How do we know this isn't an elaborate deception to infiltrate the Alliance? A fair question, Chen acknowledged, which is why we're prepared to demonstrate our good faith. The Horizon carries defensive technology we believe will be essential against this threat. We're willing to share it with the Alliance, beginning immediately. The offer hung in the air, tantalizing, and suspicious in equal measure. Such technology transfers were unprecedented between newly contacted species. Why would humans risk themselves for the alliance? Counselor Tilana asked. You could have remained hidden, protected your own worlds. Captain Chen looked around the chamber, meeting the eyes of each council member in turn. Because isolation is a temporary solution at best, she said simply. Humanity learned this lesson through our own bitter history. United, we stand a chance. Divided, we all fall. First the Alliance, then Earth. We choose to stand with you, if you'll have us. As the Council debated internally, the massive human warship Horizon remained in position near Harmony 7, its presence both a promise and a warning. After centuries of watching from the shadows, humanity had finally stepped onto the galactic stage, bringing with them news that would forever change the course of interstellar civilization. The first chapter in humanity's relationship with the wider galaxy had begun, and the universe would never be the same. The greater threat. 3 weeks after humanity's dramatic entrance into Galactic Alliance space, the massive human warship Horizon had become a familiar sight near Harmony 7. Initial fear had given way to cautious cooperation as Alliance scientists verified the humans' warning. Something was indeed approaching from the galactic rim. In the central laboratory of Harmony 7, Dr. Solara, the Alliance's foremost xenotechnologist, studied the defensive systems the humans had shared. The Mindari scientist's slender fingers traced the holographic schematics with a mixture of awe and disbelief. Incredible, she murmured to her human counterpart, Dr. Marcus Reed. Your shield technology operates on principles we never considered. It's at least 2 centuries beyond our current capabilities. Reed nodded. We developed along different technological paths. Your FTL drives are superior to ours, but our defensive systems evolved faster, necessity from our more violent history, I suppose. This was the pattern that had emerged in their exchanges. Humans had advanced rapidly in military technology, while the Alliance excelled in other areas. Together, they were stronger than either would be alone. On the command deck, Captain Chen and Commander Vexlor reviewed the latest sensor data. The relationship between the human captain and the Drakari commander had evolved into a wary respect. The entity will reach the Vega outpost in approximately 42 days. Vexlor noted, his scaled fingers manipulating the display. Your calculations were remarkably precise. Chen's expression remained serious. We've been tracking them for decades. The real question is whether our combined forces will be enough. The Council remains divided. Vexlor admitted. Some still believe this is an elaborate human deception to gain access to Alliance technology. Chen raised an eyebrow. Even after all the evidence we've provided. Fear makes for poor reasoning, Vexlor replied. And you must admit, your arrival was dramatic. A slight smile crossed Chen's face. We considered a smaller vessel, but the Horizon represents the best of our technology. We needed to demonstrate our capabilities from the start. Their conversation was interrupted by an urgent communication. Commander, Captain, we're detecting an anomaly at the edge of the Caraxes system. Energy signature matches the human predictions. Both leaders exchanged glances. It's happening ahead of schedule, Chen said quietly. Prepare a joint reconnaissance mission, Vexlor ordered. 1 Alliance vessel, 1 human shuttle. I want visual confirmation. Hours later, the reconnaissance teams returned with disturbing footage. The anomaly was a scout vessel, an elongated craft of unknown design that seemed to shimmer between states of matter. It had destroyed an unmanned Alliance monitoring station with terrifying efficiency. The footage played before the full Council, ending all debate. What followed was a flurry of activity as the Alliance mobilized its considerable resources. Defense fleets were recalled from distant sectors. Civilian populations in outlying systems were evacuated to core worlds, and emergency protocols were enacted across 1,000 planets. On Harmony 7, Captain Chen approached the communications hub where Miri was monitoring deep space transmissions. Any response from your homeworld? The Paraxian asked. Chen shook her head. Earth is mobilizing, but reinforcements won't arrive for at least 2 months. We're on our own until then. Miri's feathers ruffled slightly. Why did you come with just one ship? If the threat is as great as you claim. The Horizon is our most advanced vessel, Chen explained. And frankly, we weren't certain of our reception. A fleet might have been perceived as an invasion force. The truth was more complex. Humanity was still recovering from its own internal conflicts. The Horizon represented an enormous investment of resources, a gamble that contact with the Alliance would be worth the risk. In the station's strategic command center, human and Alliance officers worked side by side, developing battle plans and defensive measures. The differences in their approaches were striking. Alliance commanders favored conservative, defensive postures, while the humans pushed for more aggressive engagement strategies. We should strike first, argued Lieutenant Commander Kira Yamamoto, the Horizon's tactical officer. Hit them before they fully enter the system. Premature, countered Admiral Zethril, his furry Catherine features set in disapproval. We know too little about their capabilities. That's precisely why we can't let them dictate the terms of engagement, Yamamoto insisted. Every encounter gives them more data about our defenses. The debate continued until Captain Chen and Commander Vexlor arrived. The room fell silent as the two leaders studied the tactical display. We'll implement a hybrid approach, Chen announced after conferring quietly with Vexlor. Alliance forces will establish a defensive perimeter around critical systems. Human tactical teams will deploy forward to gather intelligence and engage only if necessary. The compromise satisfied neither side completely, a hallmark of effective diplomacy. As preparations continued, Dr. Reed and Dr. Silera made a breakthrough in merging human shield technology with Alliance weapon systems. The resulting prototypes were hastily manufactured and distributed to key defense vessels. It's untested, Silera warned as the integrated systems came online. So is everything in war, Reed replied grimly. We adapt or we perish. 7 days before the projected main encounter, a disturbing development emerged. 3 Alliance ships patrolling the outer defense perimeter went silent simultaneously. Hours later, long-range sensors detected multiple unknown vessels entering Alliance space, far more than initially predicted. On Harmony 7's observation deck, Captain Chen stood beside Counselor Tilana, watching as distant flashes of light marked the first skirmishes. You knew this would happen, Tilana said. It wasn't a question. Chen didn't look away from the viewport. We suspected. The scout ship was assessing our defenses. And yet you chose to stand with us, the Mindari observed, even knowing the odds. Humanity has faced extinction-level threats before, Chen replied. Our history is full of moments where we stood on the precipice. Each time, we survived by working together. Tilana's telepathic senses detected no deception from the human. Your species is unexpected, Captain Chen. In all our centuries of first contacts, we've never encountered a civilization that developed as yours has. Isolated, Chen asked with a wry smile. Determined, Tilana corrected. Most species that develop along military lines tend toward conquest. You came to warn us instead. Before Chen could respond, the station's alert system activated. All command personnel to battle stations. Unknown vessels approaching Harmony 7 defense perimeter. The command center was a controlled storm of activity as both human and Alliance officers took their positions. The main view screen showed multiple contacts approaching, sleek vessels that moved with unnatural precision. They've bypassed our outer defenses, Admiral Zethril reported. Somehow they found a gap in our sensor network. Or they can mask their approach, Lieutenant Commander Yamamoto suggested. Either way, we're about to make direct contact. Commander Vexlor turned to Captain Chen. It seems your Horizon will face its first real test sooner than we expected. Chen nodded, her expression resolute. The Horizon was built for this moment, Commander. Request permission to take point position in the defense formation. Granted, Vexlor replied without hesitation. Our vessels will provide support." Within minutes, the human warship moved into position, its massive hull interposing itself between the approaching fleet and Harmony 7. Alliance vessels formed a secondary defense layer, their newly upgraded weapons systems ready. On the Horizon's bridge, Captain Chen took her command chair. "All hands to battle stations. Deploy shield array in wide-spectrum configuration. Weapon systems on standby, but do not fire unless I give the order." The enemy vessels slowed as they approached, seemingly assessing the unexpected resistance. For a tense moment, nothing happened. Then, a transmission cut through all communication channels, a series of mathematical sequences followed by symbols no one recognized. "They're attempting communication," Miri reported from her station on Harmony 7. Captain Chen exchanged glances with her communications officer. "Send our first contact package in response. Let's see if we can establish dialogue before this escalates further." The response was immediate and violent. The lead alien vessel fired an energy weapon unlike anything previously recorded. It struck the Horizon's forward shields, which flared brilliantly but held. "Shields at 82% and holding," reported the Horizon's defense officer. "The integrated Alliance frequency modulators are dispersing the energy effectively." Chen's eyes narrowed. So much for peaceful first contact. Tactical, target their weapons arrays only. Precision strikes. The Horizon responded with controlled surgical weapons fire that disabled the lead vessel's primary weapons without destroying it. The display of precision shocked both the Alliance observers and, apparently, the alien forces, which pulled back to regroup. That was a test, Chen announced to the combined command staff. They wanted to see what we're capable of. Now they know we can hurt them. And they will return in greater numbers, Vexlor predicted. Chen nodded. "Yes, but we've bought something precious. Time. Our reinforcements from Earth will arrive in 7 weeks. Alliance forces from the core systems will be here in 5. We just need to hold this position." Admiral Zethral studied the tactical display. "With the combined human-alliance technology, we might actually stand a chance." For the first time since the crisis began, a sense of cautious hope spread through the command center. The initial engagement had proven that the mysterious invaders were not invincible. Captain Chen turned to Commander Vexlor. "This is just the beginning. The real battle lies ahead. But today, we've shown what humans and the Alliance can accomplish together." Vexlor extended his scaled hand in the human gesture of agreement he had learned. "Perhaps there was wisdom in your decision to reveal yourselves now, Captain Chen." As Chen clasped the commander's hand, sealing their alliance, the stars beyond Harmony 7 glittered coldly. Out there, the unknown enemy regrouped, studying the unexpected resistance they had encountered. The galaxy stood on the brink of a conflict that would reshape interstellar politics forever. But for the first time, humanity wasn't facing the void alone. And the Galactic Alliance had found an ally whose determination and ingenuity might just tip the scales in the coming storm. The greater threat had arrived. But so had humanity, stepping onto the galactic stage not as conquerors, but as defenders. The story of their partnership with the Alliance was just beginning, a testament to the power of cooperation across the stars.